More than 6,000 years ago, Neolithic people created this place. Here, huge stones were transported and positioned at this special site. Ancient rituals occurred within these megaliths. A complex alignment with the rising sun was part of its unique design. Hidden for centuries, today this site once again intrigues both mind and spirit, allowing us to step back through time and share its ancient secrets. A place of mystery and fascination. Hougue Bie is a fascinating mix of history. At the centre, you'll notice the huge grass-covered mound, which contains the Neolithic passage grave. Climb to the top, and you'll discover a medieval chapel dating from the 12th century and extended some 400 years later. In the grounds, there's a museum displaying Jersey's rich archaeology and geology. There's also a legacy of Nazi occupation, with a German command bunker sited in the grounds. The Neolithic passage grave is one of the largest and best preserved in northwest Europe. Although referred to as a tomb, it had a much more complex role. Like a modern church, it served a number of different ritual and ceremonial functions throughout the year. The passage grave was discovered by the Société Gésière in 1924 during excavations of the site. Consisting of a narrow passage just under 10 meters long, it leads into a large oval chamber with two small side chambers on the north and south walls. A raised platform leads to a small end chamber located at the western side of the main chamber. This area was probably the most sacred part of the monument. The large upright stones and capstones came from various places in the east of the island, and were set into the ground using earth ramps, wooden rollers, and a lot of manpower. The largest capstone has an estimated weight of some 20 tons. Neolithic builders then covered the passage and chambers with a well-structured rubble cairn, at least 9 meters high and some 36 meters in diameter. A series of earth banks was built against the mound and faced with dry stone walling. The largest of these earth banks can be seen either side of the tomb entrance. The site was used for many centuries, but abandoned at 2500 BC, with the entrance area blocked in and covered by a mass of debris. It would be the medieval period before people once again influenced Hougue Bie. Recognized as a pagan site from early times, Christianity made its mark on Hougue Bie in the 12th century with the building of the Notre Dame de la Clarté chapel. In 1520, Richard Mabon, the Dean of Jersey, remodeled the chapel after his return from a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. He encapsulated the east end into a bell-shaped rotunda with a crypt in the lower level. The crypt contains a chamber symbolic of the tomb of Christ. According to tradition, Dean Mabon made money from pilgrims by staging fake miracles here. In the eastern end of the chapel, you'll find ceiling paintings showing two archangels. These were painted around 1520. The chapel was abandoned during the Protestant Reformation and later fell into ruin. 1792 brought about one of the strangest changes to Hougue Bie, with the chapel ruins converted into La Tour de Verne. Also known as the Prince's Tower, the building was in the Neo-Gothic style. Designed to be a residence, it had castellated walls and two impressive towers. Ivy was encouraged to grow on the tower to enhance the atmosphere of Gothic decrepitude. Abandoned as a residence in 1821, the building quickly fell into ruin. Around 1830 saw a renewed interest in La Hougue Bie when the site was developed as a pleasure ground and the Prince's Tower Hotel was built in the grounds. Visitors flocked to the site to see the panoramic views from the top of the mound and also view the unoccupied tower. It soon became a popular tourist attraction. In 1919, the Société Gésière purchased the site, and 5 years later, excavation of the mound began. The Prince's Tower was demolished as it was considered unsafe to excavate with the tower in place. The chapel was also restored at this time. A variety of Neolithic items were discovered within the chamber. These include fragments of human bone from at least 8 individuals, as well as flint tools, beads, and pottery vessels. Some of the pots show signs of burning and may have been used as lamps or for the ritual burning of incense. Animal bones, oyster and limpet shells were also discovered. The museum has impressive displays of archaeology and geology, tracing the fascinating story of Jersey's past. Beginning with the arrival of the first people 250,000 years ago, the story concludes in 1500 AD, with the fortification of the island, brought about by the constant threat of war and invasion. It was invasion that influenced La Hougue Bie in the middle of the 20th century, when the Nazi occupation of the Channel Islands began. The site was an important observation post for the occupying German forces. 70 trenches were cut in the grounds, and a command bunker and air raid shelter were constructed. Today, the command bunker is dedicated to the suffering and courage of the thousands of men, women and children who were transported to the Channel Islands as forced workers during the Second World War. The memorial reflects on the circumstances surrounding this tragic episode of our history. In 1991 saw further excavation work on the mound, with the opportunity to reveal the original Neolithic entrance. In 1924, a concrete tunnel had been created to access the chamber. Now, this was removed and the original entrance exposed. This resulted in a major discovery at La Hougue Bie. Aligned due east, sunrise on the Equinox brings the sun's rays into the chamber. As the sunlight slowly moves, it enters the terminal cell and illuminates the floor and back wall. Lighting up the sanctuary floor, it then moves towards the entrance. For more than 6,000 years, La Hougue Bie has fascinated the people who visit it. From the ingenuity of early people to learning the lessons of war, La Hougue Bie continues to tell its story. We hope you enjoy your visit and look forward to seeing you again as you experience the mystery and fascination of La Hougue Bie.